Coach, this time of year in Philly, you know what to expect. Cold temps, and we've got them. But the skies are clear tonight at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Super team! 56 is the mark. I'm coming for you. You mine! Alert!
On first down, Wilson. And Dixon has it. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
36 power.
Here's Wilson to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now second and 13. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at about the 32.
74. 54.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. Done. 180. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Alert 3. 25. Check. Kill. 25. Done.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Drop deep. Check nickel. Sunday. What's your son?
Trying the right side with Howard. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
49's a must. 49's a must.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Check.
From the 44, Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check. I'll go special.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it though.
56 to Muck. Check 50. And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going. Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 9, check 9. Hey, 57, 57. Hey, alert 3.
Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here. Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team. Now Wilson. It's complete to Jerron Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
What? 56, right there, 56. Get the ball. Gun. 14. 56, 56. Check 56.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Able to get this to Gordon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Carson. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 1, Wilson, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down? I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive. Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Got his man. It's the rookie, Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
Here we go. Here we go. Great. Hey, watch out. Hey, Rip 5-2, on here.
They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now is Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Check. 46 down, man, 5-4. 49's the Mike.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Rush in. Rush in.
Now Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
Definitely worth taking in our deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Now Sproles. Darren Sproles. Touchdown, Philadelphia. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, that doesn't wake up the home crowd. I don't know what will. That's a big-time return for a touchdown, and you know how much I love momentum plays.
Yeah, and like you just said, kind of gets this home crowd into it. We'll see how they handle it moving forward. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31.
Check, crunch.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Tight dog.
On first down, Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
That's how we do, dude.
6 yards. It's second down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now on second and 16, Wilson. And Jerron Brown's got it complete. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
36. Check 26.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, it's caught inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Let's go, D. Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 0, 0, 0. 56 to Mike. Hey, 56 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming. Echo.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Hang out. Bam. 56 to Mike, boy, 56.
Here's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
Yeah, I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
56. Come on, D. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
56.
Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson. Now the Seahawks called a second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Touch 50, touch 50. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Cut.
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Man 5-7. He's not going to get me. Hold on. 49 the mic. Watch 49. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, Charlie.
To throw is Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
54's Mike. Check. Watch.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
54. Mike, 54. Shorty.
Now Howard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Jackson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Seahawks 40-yard line.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, switch gears. Check 15.
Now Wentz. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Check your hot read.
From the red zone now, Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz. A 4-yard touchdown scamper as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Sproles, the return. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Running into the punter keeps this drive alive as they operate now with a 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Look left.
Now Wilson to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Focus, defense, focus.
Now Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Nice 5-7. Check, Mike, 54.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the screen.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Howard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
That's good for Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
I got it. Hey, exit. Hey, one set.
Wentz going to throw. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Forward, Tokyo!
Throwing now is Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. His short throw caught by Goddard. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Howard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
It's been a long day for you. Let's kill. 49 is a must. 49 is a must. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Now Wentz. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Bobby Wagner, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing his Wentz. And it's caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Watch the twist. Hey, empty. 81. 57 to Mike. Let's go. Go.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Green 80. 56. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Got it. Switch. Check.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The stop was made by Jannard Avery. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And
under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Record. Ready, go. 49 to Mike. Deep grip.
First throw now for the backup McCown. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. The run on 1st down gets them a couple up to the 27. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This is Carson. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Green 80. Mike by 4. You remember me.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. This will be caught by Brown. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
54. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, Alpha. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Go. Go. We're pretty quiet. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4.
5. Working from the gun. McCown. And this is going to be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Check 31. Check 31. Switch. Good.
They run again with Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Wilson to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
We've been at enough practices, and how many times have we stood on the sidelines and a unit goes out to kick a field goal and hear a special teams coach say, make sure you protect. First thing, protect. And here they give up a block.
Yeah, especially in a tight game like this, tied 2nd half. This is when execution is so key.
They go over everything in the huddle. The last thing you're going to hear everywhere, make sure you protect. That didn't get done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
I'm here all day.
On first down, they run with Howard. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Second and 6 at the 27-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Again, it's Howard. Down to the 25. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
3rd and 5.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Eagles, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.